We've just elected a Catholic president who is diametrically opposed to all of the basic moral principles. Our bishops have been silent for 60 years. If for some reason he would be in Buckeye on a Sunday, Joe Biden is welcome to come to Mass here. His ideas are not welcome here. And if you ask me a follow-up question, would you give him communion? No. Over my dead body.
Damn right. Catholic priest William Costco of St. Henry's Church in Arizona speaking the truth on Joe Biden and other Democrats who really aren't true Catholics because they advocate for the slaughter of the unborn. My next guest published this piece on the website of the American Center for Education and Knowledge titled Democrats Without a Doubt Are Devout, But to What? Joining me now is the former National Director of Catholic Engagement for the RNC and current RNC Vice Chair of the Rules Committee, Jay Shepard. Mr. Shepard, welcome. The list of alleged Catholics is, a mile long. Joe Biden, John Kerry, Nancy Pelosi, to name a few. I call them fake Catholics, but you say they are devout, just not to God. Explain.
Well, that's it. What they do is they have self-deemed themselves as devout Catholics. The New York Times, CNN go along saying they are devout Catholics. And they're trying to redefine what a devout Catholic is. Instead of letting the bishops and the archbishops in this country tell us what Catholic dogma is and what it is to be devout Catholic, these leaders are instead devout to these progressive socialist ideals that have nothing to do with Catholic teaching. And sometimes when you don't have enough faith in a true God, you start thinking yourself to be God too. And, they talk about social justice as that's their part. But when the intrinsic evil of abortion is what they work for, what they fight for, what they raise money for, it's disgusting, it's sad, and it's just wrong.
One of the other things that the Democrats worship, their fake religion of man-made global warming. Today marks the first day of the climate summit. Leftists like John Kerry, they're pushing for zero carbon emissions. Watch.
But the challenge is this, Jonathan. The United States could go to zero tomorrow. I mean, we can, but if you figuratively speaking could go to zero, we'd still have a problem. The world would still have a problem. If China went to zero tomorrow with the United States, we'd still have a problem.
So, Jay, even if both the United States, the second largest CO2 emitter, and China, the first, go to zero emissions, apparently it still won't be enough. Kerry goes on to say that we need a one-world approach. Now, anyone who knows their Bible knows exactly what that language means. Address that and how the socialists are willing to sacrifice America's quality of life on the altar of man-made global warming.
Well, I think we have to take a good look at what they're trying to do and take a look at Green New Deal, for instance. I think what we really know is the green is really our money. And the New Deal is about a new socialist order to change everything with redistribution of wealth, changing society, having a small number of people running the world, and doing away ultimately with religion. If we're going to idolize the earth, that's not religion. It's a different kind of religion that they climb onto. It's the climate change is their new holy grail. And it's all about redistribution of wealth, and that's what they're worshiping these days. It's not the Judeo-Christian beliefs and a true God.
Yeah, well, and again, anybody that has a cursory knowledge of what the Bible says about the one world order, they're going to get pretty much up to speed quite quick of what the agenda is. Switching gears to a real crisis, the southern border. We spoke with Texas Congressman Kevin Brady yesterday, who highlighted Texas apprehending close to 1,000 criminals at the southern border, because the Operation Lone Star, they're doing actually the job the Border Patrol is supposed to be doing. Arizona's sending National Guard as well. Biden finally acknowledging the crisis, but the White House said Biden's words did not reflect White House policy. Question. If Biden isn't making, quote, White House policy, then who is? And then why don't we know who that is?
Well, I think one of the big things that we're seeing here is when we see the vice president who has decided that she's going to look for the root cause of all of this. And she may be like us, and she's searching for President Biden somewhere, whether he's in the White House or somewhere else, because he truly is the root of all of this problem on the border. Him inviting people to come to this country and saying they're going to be taken care of while we've got 20,000 children in HHS custody. So if she's really looking for the root of the problems here, she really needs to search the White House and maybe some underground tunnel for the president or whomever it is that is really making those decisions in Washington. The crisis is as big in Washington as it is at the border.
Yeah, well, I think the American people, we were told that we elected Joe Biden to the Oval Office, but somebody else is making the decision. According to the White House, I think we have a right to know who that is. Jay Shepard, great to have you here, sir. We'll talk again.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.